welcome to Redline Rattle Traps. Today, my 1940-something Willys Jeep. It is an actual MB, but it doesn't have any MB parts left over, really, other than maybe this bit of the body right here. So, a little bit of background on this. About, what was it, 2 years ago?
2 years ago, yeah.
We decided that we were going to take this very Jeep on the Rubicon Trail. And you can see that that probably didn't happen. In fact, it didn't happen. I ended up taking a 2010 JK Sport, which was another adventure in itself. But anyways, it really just needs a lot of mechanical work. The thing that we're going to do today is we're going to tear into the engine because it's completely seized. What happened the first time we took it apart?
First time we took it apart, there was sand in the water channels, so that's a problem. It was like not even a little sand. There was quite a bit of sand.
Yeah, it was definitely like you could have opened a concrete factory inside of our motor.
And that might have been the problem, is just because it was stored at a facility where they did make concrete. So maybe, but.
Yeah, it definitely needs some help. So we're going to tear into the motor, see what is wrong there. We did have it running once before, but I think it was seized before that, and we just kind of forced it to be unseized. We definitely bent some push rods when we did that, and we threw new push rods in to fix that problem. So today we're actually going to take it apart. We're going to see how much trouble we're in, because undoubtedly it's a lot. And then we're going to decide, are we going to rebuild it, or are we going to go with something better? Let's get started.
I'm trapped.
So this quick sidebar is our list from the first time we started working on it. And from how many things are crossed off, you can see how much we accomplished. In fact, we've managed to cross off one whole thing, oil, and then put it back on the list. Okay, so we've got the intake manifold off. We pulled the distributor out to help with doing that. The valley itself, the lifter valley, actually doesn't look that bad. But when you start looking down each of these runners, and there's a ton of rust, like bright orange rust. Which basically means that every single one of these cylinders, or at least most of them, looks like the front four are going to be filled with water. So next step is going to be to pull the heads off and witness the horrors that await. Okay, this is the part of this program where it becomes a horror show. That came off a lot easier than I thought it would. Ready?
Oh, you can't see it. You can't see it yet, but I can.
It's not as bad as
Oh, no, Galen.
Oh. Why does it look like molasses, too? Oh.
Yeah, I know.
No, you need to come look at the
I know,
cylinder.
I know. Hello.
That's not good. But you know what? It's not as bad as I thought it would be either.
Galen?
I bet you with some new pistons and a brush hone I could fix this. Not correctly, but I could fix it. Head gasket's in good shape. What? It held all that water in just fine. Huh. Should we lube it up with some WD-40 and see if it'll turn? It's not like we can make it worse at this point.
Alright, sounds like an idea.
Okay, we put some engine rebuild in a can in there. We're gonna let that sit for a little bit and then probably do something stupid. Like roll it over.
Like turn the engine over, not roll the car over.
To be fair, this motor's junk, so we're just gonna see if we can get it to spin. My guess is gonna be no, but I've been wrong once, so we'll see what happens. Regardless, we're either gonna have to rebuild this or find a different motor, so we'll talk about that at the end of the video.
LS swap.
Here, let me assist in the not moving process. I think we need a bigger lever.
I was gonna say, where's the jack?
Here, I think we need 2 people doing this.
I don't think that will help. Okay, kids, that's what we call in the business absolutely seized. This motor is a boat anchor at this point. It's junk. So let's clean up and then we'll discuss some future options for this. Alright, so you saw how bad that motor is. It's pretty bad, and I'm guessing if we rebuild it, it's going to clean up at around 30 or 40 thousandths. So what we're probably going to do, we discussed some other engine options off camera, and basically what it came down to was, yeah, that would all be great, but that means redoing the rest of the drivetrain. And considering I've already rebuilt this transmission and rebuilt the transfer case, I think it would be a shame to just get rid of those. So what we're going to do is we're going to yank it out, we're going to take it down to the machine shop, see what it cleans up at, and then we'll put it back together in an engine building series probably.
Yeah.
And probably put a little bit hotter cam in it, 4-barrel intake, so that we can switch to a small 4-barrel Holly.
Yeah.
Just for tunability. It had like a 1-barrel Ford carburetor on it, which was
something that went in the trash very quickly.
Yeah, it was bad. But if we get a 4-barrel Holly on it and a little bit hotter cam, it'll make decent power and decent torque. Maybe we should look into a 371 supercharger.
That's what this needs.
Yes.
In this wheelbase.
Well, it would justify the hole in the hood. We'll make it square.
Yeah. That's what we need. We need like a ram air intake and just this. So this thing had a hood scoop on it when we found it. Yeah, with a 1-barrel.
Mm-hmm. It was worthy of that. Although I must say it did keep the water out of the motor until we ripped it off.
No comment?
Yeah. Definitely if we supercharged it, those little tiny 1-inch drive shafts would love that.
I'm sure, of course.
And the rear axle with a 1/4 turn of play in it before it does anything.
Yep.
Yeah. We would break everything else. So supercharging, probably not in the future, as fun as it sounds. Anyways, the plan for the Jeep, pretty much at this point, is to rebuild the motor, get it running, get it mechanically sound, but leave it looking pretty much the way it is. We might take off some of this newer paint, probably this horrible stripe that's on the hood,
Yeah.
and on the windshield.
Yeah.
But as far as like the rust, we will put in new steel so that the body actually remains attached to the chassis. But cosmetically, it's probably going to look pretty much as it does right now. I think we're going to kind of go for that ratty look.
Yeah.
It's not really a good enough Jeep to consider painting or restoring, at least not in our eyes.
Yeah.
Maybe someone down the line will. But
Yeah.
for us, I think it's more about just having fun around town, parts getter, maybe some fire roads and little trails here and there, but
Yeah.
it's not a serious machine.
No.
So, yeah, I think we have a lot of the parts already. We have brake parts and we have seats and
Yeah. Just
we
all
have
kinds
new
of
glass and all sorts of stuff for it.
Yeah.
We just need to work on getting it together. So the biggest thing first is going to be rebuilding that engine, which we're going to start working on probably in the next couple of weeks here. I think we'll yank it out and we'll take it down and see what they say.
Yeah.
But if any of that happens, I can guarantee you we'll see it right here on Redline Rattle Traps. We'll see you next time.